Nah, you live.
Like live, like a YouTube live or
No,
like video
just
live?
Video live.
Don't say live. Like, I know I'm alive. I woke up breathing this morning.
All right, guys. So we want to hit some notes on agreements / customer base communication. So we've had a customer that's kind of been
Somewhat difficult.
It's been challenging, let's just say that.
Yeah.
Every time that we show up on this residence property, communication between husband and wife doesn't relate to us because obviously they're on separate pages. Everything that we do is paperwork form. Everything's full explanatory. Everything that we do via scheduling or anything like that is through our cell program that keeps up with all of our inventory, all of our paperwork, material, billing, whatever you have it. I mean, it's all in one-stop shop kind of thing. But regardless, the breakdown, you know, it sends out an appointment schedule to everyone, you know, each month, and just kind of gives them a notification. It does relate to time. You know, sometimes, you know, just the schedule gets busy. You know, you may be scheduled at 10 a.m. in the morning, but we may not get out there until 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Because, you know, if we show up on another customer's lawn or their landscape job or anything of that nature, you know, it turns into, hey, can y'all do this while you're here? Or can you do that? Or can you quote me for that? Or, you know, all those things. And that's what builds the business. That's what creates productivity and stuff. And for us being a small business, you know, it's single owned, husband and wife kind of deal. And, you know, it's, you know, we're not making a fortune out here, but at the same time, we are out here being productive. We're very professional in everything that we do. We're very open and honest. We don't hide anything. We don't sugarcoat. You know, everything is in black and white, and that is the main key of the goal. So last night was a little bit of a, you know, stressful deal. We showed up on the residence property. Yes, it was a little bit later than expected, but you know, due to the weather, the scheduling and stuff is having to be moved around and stuff like that. But regardless, if we schedule you on a day of whatever day it is, you know, you're going to get taken care of. You know, we have been through a couple of times to where we mow until it gets dark. I mean, it just, regardless of the time, we're dedicated to getting you done that day. So
yeah, you may not get done in your time frame that you were sent, but you're going to get done and completed that day. And if for whatever reason presents itself and we're not able to complete you that day, you're going to be notified that your particular job, whatever it may be, whether it's just a simple lawn care or if it's a big job that we've promised to do you as far as landscaping and whatnot, you know, things arise and sometimes we're not able to complete those jobs on those specific days. Weather in Middle Tennessee, we have had so much rain over the last few weeks that it is not even funny. And at the end of the day, as long as we're following through with saying you're going to be cut on this specific day, it really shouldn't matter what time we get you cut, unless unless there's been open communication and that particular customer has said, hey, I've got X, Y, and Z going on at my residence on the day that you're coming to mow. Is there any way that you could fit me in at this time frame? Or could you switch me to another day? Like, open communication between me and Dustin. We always have our phones with us. You can reach out and communicate with us via text, phone call, email, whatever the case may be. We are always a phone call away. And customers have to communicate to us so we know what they expect out of us, or if something needs to change. Just as well as us as the business providing you service, we have to communicate to you as well. And the whole issue last night with the customer, like, it was ridiculous. I don't know, maybe he had a bad day or whatever, and me and Dustin were the ones to catch the brunt of his day. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're both grown people. We are running a business, and we work for ourselves to not have someone tell us what to do and how to do. If that's the lifestyle that we want to live, then we'll go work for somebody. And we've done that lifestyle and we don't like it. So that's why we work for ourselves.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you're not going to be disrespectful to me or to him and think that it's okay. And you're not going to be rude and hateful and disrespectful to us when it was all grown adults and you can handle yourself in an adult manner, but don't be basically yelling and screaming and hollering and acting like a fool and a banshee to us and treating us like children, because we have children of our own and we don't even speak to our children the way this customer spoke to us last night. So, you know, we had busted our butts all day Wednesday to get everybody completed, mowed until it was dark from sun up to sundown on Wednesday, and turned around yesterday and did the same exact thing. But, you know, people can think that they understand how owning and operating your own business is, but in actuality, you don't know anything about it unless you do it yourself. And truly and really, you know, us being a small business owner, we know what we experience. But, you know, we could go into our town and shop in a little shop that is a mom and pop shop in a small business, and they've got other things that they have to deal with. So just because of us being a small business owner, we can sympathize with other small business owners, but if they don't do the same type of work that we do, then we don't understand what they go through, and vice versa. And, you know, you can have a college degree and millions of dollars in your bank account, but that doesn't give you the right to talk down to anybody, not even me and Dustin, but anybody, just because you think you're better than us, because you think, in quote, we have just a little peon business. Well, we're happy. Nobody has to answer for us, and nobody has to pay our bills. That's on us, and that's why we're out here every day busting our butt and providing and doing what we need to do and growing our business and growing our customer base so that we can take care of what we need to take care of in our household. And bottom line, I'm too old to deal with disrespect from customers. So that's why we have a contract/agreement. It's nothing huge or major, or, you know, yes, it is somewhat binding and it will stand up in a court of law, but it basically just states the fact that, you know, you as the customer agree to the service that has been agreed upon. It's in black and white. You agree to your schedule, whether, you know, it's weekly, bi-weekly, whatever the case may be. You agree to your charge that you will be charged. You agree that you will pay your bill within a such amount time frame. You agree to the fact that, you know, you can cancel your contract, but you have to give a 30-day notice. And it does state in there as well that we as a small business, we have the right to refuse service to anybody. So on the case of the gentleman last night, you know, he didn't want to be cut last night because it was too late, or, you know, and it was cutting into his evening and it was disrupting his evening. And so I let him know that, you know, we would come out first thing this morning and get him taken care of. And lo and behold, we get home and he decides that he wants to text and say, nope, I'm giving you my 30-day notice, because he knows that he was wrong and he did us wrong. So no, you don't get a 30-day notice. Your contract is immediately null and void, and you can go out and you can find you another company, and you can seek out another company and probably not get the best of quality service, or you can go buy you a mower and cut it yourself, because at the end of the day, it's just grass, and there's no sense to get hostile and angry over grass. Like, come on. It'd be one thing if your grass hadn't been mowed, and here it is May, and it should have been mowed 2 months ago, and you're living in a jungle that needs to be bush hogged, and it's, you know, somewhere between 4 and 6 foot tall. Okay, yeah, you probably have the right to be somewhat hostile at that point. But this particular gentleman, we were cutting him every 2 weeks. He wanted to go to weekly. There was a break of communication there as far as switching his schedule, and that's all that it boils down to is our customers. We don't have any other issues as far as communication with any of our other customers. There's an open line of communication. You know, we have customers that say, you know, hey, I know that it's rained. Do you think my grass can be mowed? I think it's too wet. Well, okay, let us come out and let's look at it, and let us give you our professional opinion, because we do it every day. Because, you know, a typical homeowner may think, well, it rained last night and it's too wet. But in actuality, it may not be. But then again, it may be. But let us, as the professional that you have hired to do your maintenance on your yard, let us come out and make that decision and that determination. Because we're not going to mow if it is too dangerous for us. We have brand new mowers that we put a lot of money into, that we do not want to damage our equipment or put ourselves at risk of a safety risk of, you know, sliding or skidding or getting on an incline that's too steep and too wet, and then there you go, you flip over. Well, you know, granted, the mowers can be replaced, but, you know, our bodies can't be replaced. Our arms and legs can't be replaced, you know. And if you injure yourself, then, you know, if it doesn't result in death and you injure yourself, then you're going to be out of commission for however long. So then that just puts added more stress. But, you know, the bottom line is open communication. Like, I am literally answering people all day long, just as well as Dustin is. And, you know, our phones rarely stop ringing or going off with a text or, you know, a Facebook message or an email or however you communicate with us. But, you know, bottom line, communicate. Like, just let us know, hey, this is what's up. Because if he would have, you know, he claims that he sent a text, we didn't get a text, you know, whether here or there, you know, if he did, if he didn't, it's really irrelevant now. But, you know, he could have made a phone call when he got home and said, hey, are you coming to mow my grass today? What's the deal? Or, hey, it's really too late, we've had a bad day, could you maybe to tomorrow? Sure, not a problem. But, you know, all of that extra, no.
And one thing that I want to add in there is I'll respect anybody, even if the circumstances suck. But when it comes to a situation like it was last night, to where somebody comes out in the front yard and you treat me like I am a nobody, and you act like you're the only one on the top of the mountain, and you're shouting and you're screaming and you're barking orders and this and that or whatever. Granted, yes, I'm grateful for you paying me to do the service, but at the same time, I don't care who you bring out there or who you have worked for you or anything. I don't even care if it's a nephew, a niece, a kid, or whatever. You're screaming at them, they're not going to want to do anything for you. Because, you know, when respect comes, respect has to be given to be received. And I don't care what your circumstances are, I don't care what the situation is, but when it boils down to it at the end of the day, you know, sometimes you just got to bite your tongue, let it ride, and move forward. Because last night could have been simplified. You know, we offered him to go ahead and take care of him on the following day and get him done while he's gone and at work or whatever. But you know, when I got home and I received the text, I sent him a screenshot and said, hey, look, man, you never even texted me, so I didn't even know anything of what you were even stating. So, you know, at that point, I pretty much just told him, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of dealing with it. I'm just going to end the agreement here, and then we're just going to let things lay where they're going to lay. Because I'm not going to be disrespected when I've come to your place and I've respected you multiple times after you phone calling me and causing issues and all of that stuff. And, you know, when it comes down to that, if we can't be on the same page, then I'm just going to delete your page, because you're not going to be existent to the business if I'm going to be constantly disrespected. But back to the subject is what I want to just mainly conclude this with is this is not trying to, you know, create problems for ourselves or to anyone else or anything like that. But
you gotta go this way.
When it comes down to the main thing of it, you know, just this whole part of the conversation is just communicate. Just like Mary said, communicate as much as possible. If there's an issue, bring it up. Don't wait till last minute or state that there's communication when there wasn't. So where are we going?
Bye.
Bye. So, you know, that's the biggest thing is, you know, even we took on this, you know, guy, and even from the beginning, you know, last year when we had taken him on, you know, small little issues had started to erupt, and the pickiness and this and that, and I get that stuff, but we do a great job. And you know, and everybody can look on all of our social media, all of our YouTube. You know, we don't do, you know, in quote, a crappy shit job, because we are prideful in what we do. We try to make sure that your residence looks twice as better as our own residence, and we own the business and live there. You know, so when it boils down to the main part, you know, folks, just, you know, for one, if you own your own business, you know, whether it be landscaping, I don't care if it's a cleaning service, I don't care if you're getting out here and doing door-to-door sales or whatever, you know, when it comes down to business, I get that you have to kind of bite your tongue sometimes and just, you know, try to make the sale and do whatever that the customer wants and stuff like that. But the number one thing is, if you can't respect somebody, don't expect to get respected back, because that's just the way of life. That is just the way that in my growing up, in my era, that's the way that I was raised. You know, you respect people and people will respect you. But I've respected this guy and I didn't get respected last night. So therefore, he lost my respect. And it's sad to say, because I'm not that type of person. Usually I'm one that's, you know, I'll try my damnedest to respect you and do whatever is needed to be done and taken care of and this and that and whatever. But when it comes down to the breakdown, you know, give what you want back. Because if you can do that, I promise you the end result will always turn out for the better and be good. But in conclusion, that's all I've got to say. You know, I just wanted to make this video and stuff just to reach out and just let people know that, you know, it doesn't matter about negative reviews. It doesn't matter about what people think of you or whatever. You know, this is one person out of all of our customer base. So am I worried?
No.
Yeah, it might bother me just a little bit that somebody's going to have a negative review, but at the end of the day, I've got more customers that are pleasing. You know, they're all pleased. They don't have anything negative to say. You know, I'm not really worried about one person. Now, if it were to be 10 people, then I would know that I would have some issue going on. But I don't have that. And we don't have that as a business. And, you know, when I put my name out here and Mary's name out here, and we put our business out here, and we, you know, advertise and stuff like that, we don't just go out here and just try to make money. We try to make this as reasonable and, you know, make it possible for people. You know, just like in the landscaping world, you know, that stuff really gets expensive when you have high job detail to do. You know, you're having to run heavy machinery, you're running mowers, you're running whatever, you're doing a lot of back labor, you're doing a lot of, you know, this and that or whatever. But
Are you parking?
when it I can.
Yeah, because I want to go in.
But when it comes down to the main thing, you know, we're big on communication, just like a bunch of our landscaping jobs that we've got going on. You know, we've got so much rain, which, like I said before, I am so grateful that we get rain, because that just keeps everything, that's the job security that keeps everything growing. But at the end of the day, you know, any construction type business or any kind of landscaping business that you're out here doing it in the weather climate and you're not with a roof over top of you, it makes it hard. You have to move people around. You have to have people understanding. You have to, you know, you have to just go with the flow. You can't, you know, have a storm roll through and you're out here trying to do what you need to do and stuff like that. You know, you're open to an issue. You know, lightning can strike, you know, tornadoes can come through, bad weather, you know, whatever and stuff, and it just makes it too dangerous and stuff. But anyways, you know, to close the video up and stuff, you know, guys, girls, women, men, whoever out there, just like I've said before, anybody that's close to us, that's more of our customer base in our area and stuff like that, you know, we're not trying to put a stab on anybody and stuff, but at the same time, you know, just give what you want to receive. That's really all it breaks down to, is just respect people if you want to be respected back, because I'm probably the nicest guy that you'll ever meet, and I'll talk to anybody out here on the street. I don't care if I don't know you, if you're homeless or whatever. I don't care what the situation is. I'm just that type of person. That's just the way that God made me, and you know, I'm grateful for that, because I'm not, you know, a cruel, rude person. And that's why, you know, as being what we consider retail, we're in the landscaping world, you know, you're doing door-to-door sales, you're talking to multiple people, you know, people that you've never met and you probably will never meet again. You know, it may be a one-time job thing, but at the end of the day, I'm always here for all of my customers and stuff. But if you put me to that point that I have to make an ultimate choice, and last night was an ultimate choice of eliminating this customer because it was a nuisance. And it's one of those things that every time we go out, it's always an issue, but it is what it is. It's off my back now. You know, hopefully everybody can understand where we're coming from, and I just want everybody to have a good day from that, and just enjoy the weekend.
Give us a like, a comment, a share, subscribe to our page, comment. Let us know what you think. Negative, positive. We love feedback either way. We can take criticism. But, you know, we're just not going to stand for disrespect and lack of communication, because this is what, 2021, right?
Yeah, man, this ain't 1995 back when we was in middle school, man. Like, this is
multiple ways to communicate. And, you know, it takes literally 2 seconds to send a freaking text, because you can do a talk to text and send it to me, and I'm okay with that. So y'all have a good weekend. We're gonna have a great weekend. Gonna spend a little time together, little day date, I guess you want to say, for all the children come home.
Yeah, and then we got a big surprise for the kids when they get home for this weekend. There's some stuff going on in town, but like I said, y'all have a good day. Like I said, you know, we enjoy the feedback. Just like Mary said, just reach out to us for anything that you may need or want. Trust me, we can make your dream come true. You know, but that's all I've got today. So this is it for today. And like I said, just be looking for more videos and stuff, and just like our channel, and just keep pushing forward, guys.